Weekend, Mother's Day weekend as well. Hey, we are here to get you ready for what's ahead in your day.
Yeah, and more storms will be closing out the work week and could dampen any Mother's Day plans you might have going into the weekend.
Yeah, we'll be watching that forecast here. We're also doing a lot of cleanup out there. Check out this video. This is from Franklin, Tennessee. Chris Jansen, country music singer, was raking his yard of hailstones.
Whoa.
I mean, look at that.
Happy Friday to you. We are here to get you ready for what's ahead in your day.
That's right. And look at the hail being shoveled in the backyard here of one of our country stars.
Yeah, check this out. This is in Franklin, Tennessee, and this is country music singer Chris Jansen. He is raking up hail. I mean, it's covering everything.
He has a giant squeegee. Not even raking. It's a squeegee.
It's a squeegee? I didn't realize that.
He's kind of squeegeeing his yard, so it's a combination of, looks like mint leaves, could be, mojitos or mint juleps, with the Derby just last week.
It looks like ready for that. Just kind of get it all up, put it in a glass.
And I call it like the hospital ice, that soft, chewy ice. We have a machine here at the Weather Channel. I love that soft ice.
That is good ice. You should, keep those hailstones, sterilize them, I guess, in some way. How would you do that?
No.
No?
No.
You know, Nashville area, North Carolina, so much hail. And we also had some really heavy rainfall. We saw that in East Tennessee. Look at these areas over the past 7 days now added up to more than 3 to 5 inches of rainfall. We saw close to 3 inches of rain in the Asheville area at the airport yesterday. That was a top 10 wettest May day. Really heavy rain, too, across South Carolina, North Carolina. But winning this week with the rainfall has been here across southern Louisiana, unfortunately. This is not winning in a good way. You guys have picked up here, in some cases, nearly 10 inches of rainfall. And now there is still more to come. You can see the moisture flaring up on the water vapor. That's the bright green colors right there. So that's the area, and that's has the most moisture, and that's kind of getting streamed right like this across the Gulf Coast areas and a little bit into the eastern North Carolina area. But focus in on that big flare of green, because that's the spot that the rain is, and that's the area where everything is going to combine to give us a lot of wet weather. We'll see this move, but only so slightly through the south and east. There is now a flash flood warning. Lafayette, St. Martin, and Vermilion Parish in Louisiana, Breaux Bridge, Lafayette, Scott, some of the cities within this. You can see the heavy rain that's already been in the area, and nothing's really moving out all too quickly. That's a theme with our forecast, nothing moving quickly. So the pattern is our surface low, our upper level low, everything is all stacked and stuck across the south and east. So we end up funneling a lot of moisture. And over the next few days, we're going to see even more moisture come into Florida. It comes all the way from the Gulf. It comes in from the Caribbean here. So this is pretty much an atmospheric river that sets up, giving us big rain potential focused right across parts of the southeast, including into Georgia, South Carolina, northern Florida, the Florida Panhandle. Those are the spots that get widespread 3 to 5 inches of rain with locally heavier amounts. It may lead to some flash flooding. We've got tomorrow's forecast there, but Sunday, a little more focus with possible flash flooding down to the Florida Panhandle and South Georgia. Then Monday, extending up from north central Florida, including Tampa, all the way up here into South Carolina and western North Carolina again. We get into some heavy rainfall. We'll time it out for you with rain through the day. Tomorrow, you can see it moving up through Alabama into Georgia, Panama City. Tough stretch here with a couple of days of rain chances continuing. Sunday's forecast is a wet one with off and on showers in Atlanta. A little more widespread across Valdosta and over towards Savannah, Myrtle Beach. You got a rainy Sunday ahead, and Monday actually looks even worse. You can see how things don't move out very quickly at all, Greg.
Yes, we saw storms deliver.
A couple months ago now, Alex and Molly had asked me if I had to give up one season, what would it be? And I couldn't give up spring.
Yeah, I get that. I can give up fall.
That's what I said.
Yeah, I love winter.
Oh, they were somewhat appalled, actually.
Really? They'd rather give up spring. I mean, the allergies, it's annoying, but it comes and it goes.
Right.
But now it's time. Everything is green and leafed out. But the heat and humidity aren't at summertime levels right now.
Right. It's such a time of promise.
Yeah.
We have another comment from Minnesota Weather Geek who says, I will be chilling in the AC.
Low to mid 90s, not only here in Minnesota, but into the Dakotas as well. Crazy hot.
You probably didn't even have it tested yet,
No.
Right? It's early.
So, yeah, I think the systems will be tested for sure in that heat.
Well, your Mother's Day forecast is coming up next. And for the poll, you can send your comments.
Happy Friday to you. We're here to get you ready for what's ahead in your day.
More storms will be closing out the work week, and unfortunately, could dampen some Mother's Day plans this weekend.
Yeah, could they be like this? Although I mean, look, as a meteorologist, this might be kind of fun to have on Mother's Day.
That's a lot of hail.
That's a lot of hail.
All hail was breaking loose here across Franklin, Tennessee. Look at that.
That's country singer Chris Jansen, and he was joking about all the hail and the leaves down. It kind of looks like the ingredients for a mint julep, or you said mojito.
Mojito. But I see it now, like the fourth time I'm watching it. That's like a pool deck. So look at all the foliage that got ripped from the trees with these. I mean, that's a lot of hail, too.
That's a lot of hail. I wonder what it looks like now. I'm assuming it all melted, but that is wonderful.
Yeah, so, we're thinking about some of the moms that aren't with us anymore, but it's great because, some of the families aren't there to visit people in those types of facilities. So it's great to come through.
He's passing on the joy.
It's amazing, the conversation, things you learn just to talking to people who are much older than the generation before you.
Yeah, indeed. Well, we're going to have your Mother's Day forecast coming up next. And if you have any comments for our question of the day, you can share them on social media. Also share pics and video using the hashtag YesTV. All right, potential, especially across the New York State Capitol District here in Albany. So now we've really gotten into it. The heavy rain, the yellows and the oranges on the radar, indicating bigger rainfall rates. That's been right overhead. So that's moving through. That's dropping some additional rainfall. We're up to 1.14 right now. When we started 4 hours ago, what we were at, like 0.6. So we've been adding up about a half inch more of rainfall. Plus, it's 48 degrees. It's raining. It's just not a night. It's really just the complete opposite of a nice day. Boston, I was looking at your weather, and every other day this month has been better than today. It is 48 degrees with mist being reported. You're basically in a cloud. And we're going to be getting into some heavy rain. You can see that's actually just making its way now into Massachusetts, with some of the oranges and yellows on the radar showing up. So it's about to pour there in the next few hours. A few showers still left around D.C. and Philadelphia, although not marked. And we're not going to get any significant rainfall additional out of that. Obviously, it's still staying kind of crummy outside, but you need the rain in that area. You're not going to get a whole lot more. Delays in Newark, combination of the weather and everything else with staffing and construction that's going on. So you've got more than 4 hour delays there. Delays in Boston with the low clouds that are sitting right at about 300 feet over the runway. So tough landing there in Boston today. On arrivals, you've got about a little over an hour delay. Rain for you throughout the rest of today. And the pattern that we're in here is not like the one that Greg and Paul were just talking about. We're not stuck. We do have rain today. It's a rainy day and rain for some of tomorrow, but it's not the whole weekend. So tomorrow's forecast is wet in New England. We'll still have some showers left behind in Boston, and we end up with about an inch or two of rain. That starts soon for you there. But we need it. We've got some dry conditions and some severe drought actually in northern Jersey. Mentioned eastern Pennsylvania, northern Virginia, and Maryland here, where we actually have severe drought. We're not going to get a ton more rain right now. We're actually going to see some, which is happening right now, and then we end up with a break. The rain that we have to watch for flash flooding extends up into New England. That's where it's heaviest, and where we're going to get just the biggest totals in our rain gauge. But then this moves out. By Saturday night, it is out of here, and by Sunday, we've got sunshine all across the area for Mother's Day in the Northeast. Last month, it's been about a month since Frankfort, Kentucky experienced its second highest flooding event in the city's history. As the long road to recovery begins, the Weather Channel's Katie Tutrone met with community members to discuss how the city plans to defend itself from future disasters. Here's a sneak peek.
Well, that same catastrophic rain event across the Mid-South last month led to some of the most expensive flooding in U.S. history, and it may have been even more intense due to our warming atmosphere.
Our senior national correspondent, Justin Michaels, explains the results of a new study.
Now, it is rare for an attribution study to be turned around so quickly, connecting climate change and individual weather systems just within days of the actual flood event. But